The founder of Haven Studios, a subsidiary of Sony, has suddenly left the company before its first game, Fairgames, an anti-capitalist live service shooter, has even released. Roll this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. And Jade Raymond, who was the founder of Haven Studios, has reportedly left the company before it released its first game, Fairgames. Raymond, who was previously a producer on Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed franchise, as well as EA's The Sims Online, founded Haven Studios back in 2021 and then sold the company to Sony a year later in 2022. The studio is working on a live service anti-capitalist team shooter called Fairgames. It is unclear why Raymond departed the company, but a Sony spokesman did confirm she's no longer there, saying Jade Raymond has been an incredible partner and visionary force in founding Haven Studios. We are deeply grateful for her leadership and contributions, and we wish her all the best in her next chapter. Jason Schreier at Bloomberg did report that Raymond's departure came weeks after a playtest, and some developers at Haven were concerned about how the game was received and its progress. I think that is an understatement. I wrote this up over at That Park Place back in September, and people were not enthused about this game at all, specifically because it was describing itself as being anti-capitalist. A voiceover from the game's trailer says too much money and too much power is held by just a few people, and it's only getting worse, so we decided to do something about it. It then features a team robbing tractor trailers, warehouses, penthouses, and more. The official description attached to the trailer says, "Welcome to Fairgames, your chance to rob the rich and rebalance the scales. Fairgames is a competitive modern heist game where you team up to break into exotic locations and steal the cargo. The twist, you not only need to outsmart guards and security systems, you also compete against other teams. Crews that extract with the most loot and flair might just rise to the top of Fairgames. Take it till you make it. Who will you recruit first for your crew?" In an accompanying blog post, creative director Matthew Leduc described the game as a fresh, modern take on the heist game. The words that kill. You just know those player counts are going to be like sub 5,000 when you're describing a game as a fresh, modern take. Jeez. Anyways, he continues, said, "In a nutshell, this is a thrilling competitive heist game where you join an underground movement to rob the ultra-rich and rebalance the scales." He later added, "Fairgames will give you an opportunity to break the rules as a modern-day Robin Hood, a thrill seeker, or just someone who wants to collect cool loot, trespass inside forbidden locations around the world, fill your pockets like a kid in a candy store, and unravel the nefarious plans of untouchable billionaires." He then made it clear the game was pushing inclusiveness as well, saying, "Every member of our team shares our vision to create welcoming and inclusive multiplayer experiences that glue communities together. The shared enthusiasm is the driving force behind our heist fantasy, how it really encourages you to work together in crews to plan and execute epic heists in the style and fashion you want." And the game was absolutely ridiculed by people like Manga Lawyer and others. And people were just destroying it in the trailer. This guy says you can actually feel Sony sweating nervously through the screen. Another one saying billion-dollar company makes a game about how rich people are bad. Eat the Rich creates a game as a service game with a seasonal battle pass and millions of microtransactions. These developers are definitely sweating buckets right now. Stop giving your money to people who hate you. Just stop it. You sure you want to go through with this after Concord, Sony? So obviously the reception to the game was not good whatsoever. So this is, I think, a massive understatement right here in this report from Jason Schreier. I think this game was probably going to be doing worse than Concord did. Nevertheless, the Sony spokesman noted that Sony is still committed to supporting Haven Studios and excited to continue the journey. Raymond has been replaced by co-studio heads Marie-Eve Denise and Pierre-Francois Sapinski. Denise previously, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but she previously worked on Deus Ex, Human Revolution, Driver, San Francisco, Watch Dogs, For Honor, and Fortnite. Obviously coming from some Ubisoft stuff there. And then as for Sapinski, he worked with Raymond at Ubisoft as well and worked on Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory, the Assassin's Creed franchise, mainly the first game, the second game, and Brotherhood, Prince of Persia, and Rainbow Six Siege. So your founder of your studio exiting before you ever made one game is not a good sign. And it's the latest in a number of bad signs, number of red flags that this game is going to be absolute garbage, and Sony is literally just wasting money on this game. They should pull the plug and should probably shut this studio down and just call it a wash. Get the tax write-off and move on. Just don't see this game doing well whatsoever, and this is the latest piece of evidence that reinforces that opinion for me. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?